Through the years, I've learned to trust Al Ewing. I mean, Judge Dredd Year 1, fire. The Ultimates, fire. Fire. Immortal Hulk just speaks for itself. Like, a lot of people are calling it the seminal Hulk run. Then you got like all the X-Men stuff that he did, like X-Men Red, fire. Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants, fire. And we covered that on the channel. All that stuff. Resurrection Magneto, fire. Like even his Immortal Thor. I'm enjoying it. More of those videos are coming out soon. But I tell you what, Al Ewing, don't you do this to me. Don't you do this to me. In this book, we've already eliminated Madame Masque because he's running around and fighting Venom. And we eliminated Luke Cage because the person inside the actual Venom symbiote suit is a lot smaller than what Luke Cage is. So another person is going to be eliminated by the end of this book. All I gotta say is, if it ain't the fourth person, I'm gonna be so upset. My name is Dorian. This is S.C.A.R Comics. We continue our covers of Venom. Number 4. Our story starts off on North Brother Island, and it says one of NYC's little secret. And we have Flash Thompson, who is Anti-Venom, sitting down with Toxin, and he doesn't have a host. And he brought Toxin a gift: 4 pounds of chocolate and some synthesized brain chemicals to wash it down with. And he's like, I know you don't have a host, but hopefully this will help you keep you alive. And Toxin's like, this will keep me from dying. There's a difference, Thompson. So Toxin talks about the horrible conditions that they're living in, all because of the Venom War, and how they're just keeping them there until they decide to take them somewhere off planet, which you would think these people would learn because, you know, that didn't work out when you did that to the Hulk. Came back and wrecked shop. I mean, everybody caught it. Everybody. And Sleeper's in there with him, but he's kind of doing just fine without a host. He just acts like a cat. I mean, does everything like a cat. Purrs, eats, goes to the bathroom, everything. Cat. So all of a sudden all you hear is, Thompson, get your ass out here. And we see his ripcord. She's the one that's in charge of S.C.A.R. I don't know if she's in charge of S.C.A.R, but she's in charge of like the commando unit, I guess, to go out and get symbiotes. And they're the ones who fought Venom and pretty much got beat down by Venom. Now, she has a big beef when it comes to symbiotes because her brother got killed during Venom War. So she's pretty much yelling at Flash, is like, look, I ain't seen you in there to babysit. I sent you in there to get some intel. Now, S.C.A.R isn't paying you to do all this. And Flash is like, S.C.A.R isn't paying me at all. So let's address that first. So they go back and forth arguing, and she's just a hard ass. Like, she's approaching like Heffa levels when it comes to her and her demeanor. For all you X-Men fans, you know what I'm talking about. Like how the Heffa hates mutants, this woman hates symbiotes. Just in the same. Like, it's almost like identical. But she pretty much tells him, like, look, if you can't help me with intel, then you need to go ahead and catch the new Venom, which obviously he doesn't want to do. But then she gives him an offer that he can't refuse. If I wouldn't be demonetized, I would be playing the Godfather music right now. Streamer says either go get Venom or tomorrow I bring in Dylan Brock. So then we cut to the next day and we're in Midtown, and there's this really tall building in New York, and there's a lot of tall buildings in New York, but this one has like a platform that you can walk out on, which I'm like, damn man, I ain't doing it. And I ain't scared of heights, but that sounds dumb. And there's these two guys and they're content creators. One dude tells the other dude to bust out his phone and record this. This one dude walks up on this beautiful girl. They're making small talk and he's talking about her necklace. And she's like, oh, it's an image inducer. And all of a sudden she hits it and she turns into Madame Masque. So then she asks the one dude who's holding the phone and is like, can that phone switch to live streaming? And dude, scared as hell, is like, oh yeah, sure. And as soon as he does, Madame Masque pops her brother right in his head. I mean, smoked this dude like a chimney. So then we go to Crosstown at the Daily Bugle, and you have Robbie Robinson, and he's talking to Rick Jones, and they still can't account for the whereabouts. Like, they're always missing when Venom's doing this or Venom's doing that. So as they're having their conversation, Rick Jones' phone's ping, and he puts it out, and he's like, Madame Masque is actually downtown or Midtown right now, and she just popped some dude in his head. So obviously Rick Jones wants to go cover the story, and Robbie Robinson's like, oh, you're going down to cover the story? He was like, yeah, you hired me to cover superheroes. That's what I'm doing, covering superheroes. So he goes down there, and Robbie Robinson all of a sudden tells the secretary that he's heading out too. Then we come back to Madame Masque, and she's making small talk with the dude. Dude's just scared as hell and just doesn't want her to kill him. When all of a sudden there's a flash, and then AIM appears. So the leader's like, Miss Frost, and she goes, Dr. Forson, see, you're still the leader of AIM. And then she points the gun at him, and he's like, are you serious? Like, do you really think your revolver is going to do something to us? Like, you know these suits are bulletproof. And she's like, yeah, I know they're bulletproof. I'm not shooting a bullet at you. So she fires, and then we see that she shot a shrunken down M.O.D.O.K at Dr. Forson, and he even yells, Andrew. Dr. Forson's like, George. But then Venom arrives at that very moment, gets in the way of the M.O.D.O.K bullet, and it hits Venom dead in his eye. And he goes, twice this week I've been shot, and before you can say head, all of a sudden his head expands, and M.O.D.O.K pretty much explodes out of his head, and he is pissed. He was like, do you know how hard it is to get pin particles nowadays? And we just wasted this opportunity. So of course M.O.D.O.K is extremely pissed off, especially when you're a organism designed only for killing. So he just starts shooting up the platform with his head laser. So then the dude that was doing the live stream tries to run away, and Madame Masque is like, if I shot your boy, you think I wasn't going to shoot you too? Which she does in cold-blooded fashion. And Venom's like, Masque, you twisted maniac. And she's like, words hurt, Venom. Not as much as that bullet did. So Venom webs up M.O.D.O.K, or at least his eyes, and the Masque is about to start shooting all kinds of people when Venom webs her up too. So Venom starts talking mess to Masque now that she's webbed up, and she goes, oh, think this over? I got you. Well, there's another little playground game I like to play. And it's called Made You Look, as M.O.D.O.K hits Venom with his head laser, and he's just done. I mean, like, whoever's in there is moving around, but Venom ain't forming or doing nothing. So now M.O.D.O.K's about to use this opportunity to take out whoever is in that suit. When I know where Rick Jones shows up, and is rocking a Fantastic Four shirt, not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool shirt. So he's talking big mess like he gonna do something, and M.O.D.O.K and Madame Masque is like, you're a sidekick, what are you going to do? When all of a sudden he just starts throwing up all this black stuff, it covers him, and then Venom has time to kind of reform, and he goes, you. And then Rick Jones goes, oh yeah, I remember now, I'm the sleeper agent. So now at least we know why Sleeper isn't like hurting like all the other symbiotes. Because he actually has a host, which is Rick Jones. Which means that it should be Robbie Robinson. In the next issue, we shall find out. For some reason, for some strange reason, I am so concerned that it's not Robbie Robinson, and they gave us 4 suspects and they're going to have it be somebody else, and it's just going to be disappointing. So here's me hoping that it's Robbie Robinson.